Stop it! Cut it out! I have a glandular problem.
It's a conversation that black women aren't ready to talk about.
Black women need to have a conversation on how we limit ourselves to a culture by staying loyal to people and a group that are not loyal to us. A lot of us want to be married to a black man, and I get it. I mean, it's a shared culture and experiences for me. But unlike black men, we're afraid to go out and taste all the colors of the rainbow. In other words, black women are the least likely to date outside their race. In fact, many black women will fight each other on the street over a man who doesn't wipe his behind because he thinks it's gay. We believe the hype that there are like a limited supply of black men, that we are rushing to the bottom of the garbage can to get what we can. So my thing is, don't be afraid to date outside your race. I mean, black men are doing it all the time and no one's saying a thing about that. Your soulmate might be a 5 foot tall Filipino man that can rock your world.
It's a conversation that black women aren't ready to talk about.
Black women need to have a conversation on how we limit ourselves to a culture by staying loyal to people and a group that are not loyal to us. A lot of us want to be married to a black man, and I get it. I mean, it's a shared culture and experiences for me. But unlike black men, we're afraid to go out and taste all the colors of the rainbow. In other words, black women are the least likely to date outside their race. In fact, many black women will fight each other on the street over a man who doesn't wipe his behind because he thinks it's gay. We believe the hype that there are like a limited supply of black men, that we are rushing to the bottom of the garbage can to get what we can. So my thing is, don't be afraid to date outside your race. I mean, black men are doing it all the time and no one's saying a thing about that. Your soulmate might be a 5 foot tall Filipino man that can rock your world.
It's a conversation that black.
All right, guys. Big Shirley is out here preaching to these younger sisters. Guys, let's get into this right quick. Let's go ahead and dispel a lot of the myth that's going on, where she says not a lot of us are loyal to these black sisters. That's myth number one. 85% of black marriages are with black women and black men. Only 15% of them, when you talk about men, only 15% of black men are actually married outside interracially. And for women, it's half of that. So 7 to 8% of black women are marrying outside of the race. So we gotta dispel that first myth about her saying that we're not loyal to each other. That's a lie right there. But yes, she is right about black women least likely to date outside of the race. But there's more than one reason why that is true. You see, a lot of them can't. And I'm gonna explain to you why. Especially a lady looking like Lizzo. When you look at all the other races of, of men, the Asian men, the black men, Indian men, the white men, all of them have their preferences. And you will see in the women what their preferences are. You see, when you deal with Asian men, a lot of them want petite women, petite, slim. With white men, they like to have tall, slender. And with Indian, it's the same thing. They like to have petite women. Black men are the only ones that like to have women with curves. But we like women with thick curves, not women that look like Lizzo, like this lady here. See, a lady that looks like her, like Lizzo, she would not be favored by other races. Because when they date outside of their race, they always look for their counterparts in that race. So, for example, when black men date out, they look for their Kim Kardashian or they look for their J Lo. So they look for women that look like black women, but in a white person's body. So the same thing for the Asian men. When they're out here going to interracial dating, if they do, they're gonna look for a small, slender girl that happens to be black if they do date out, or a small, slender white girl that happens to be white or Indian. So the same thing with the white men. If they're gonna go out and date, they're gonna look for the same type of woman that's in their community but if it happens to be in another race. So it's going to be a tall, slender girl that happens to be black, or happens to be Asian, or happens to be Indian. They're not out here crossing different races to go and date out Big Shirley that's 400-500 pounds and say that, oh man, I'm gonna go and get me a Big Shirley. It's only the black men who have these low enough standards that are getting with these Big Shirley. Like, come on. If y'all, let's put it this way. Kevin Samuels put it this way. If all the black men were to just poof, disappear, alright? All the black men poof disappear. So now, the only men that you can get black women is you can only get the Asian, the white, and the Indian men. If you're looking like Lizzo, like this lady here, do you think any of these other men from other races are going to come and wife you up? Especially if they got their own white women, their own Asian women, their own Indian women that look like what they want. They're still not going to be out here. If all the black men were to disappear and poof, this Lizzo right here, this Lizzo looking lady, and all other overweight women, black women, will be outside running with Becky, trying to lose some weight. But since a lot of black men are in their DMs and send their messages, they're not going outside to exercise to do it. But remember, there's no black men for them to send them no more DMs or any more. So they're going to be very lonely because a lot of men are not going to be looking their way, because usually it's black men that send them all these DMs and you know, these troll calls. But remember, black men is not there. They disappear. These women will be out here exercising daily for them to get themselves a man. If they wanted a man, they would be out there running with Becky, losing weight. So I don't know what they're trying to say, because even if black women wanted to swirl, you know the type of guy that you want. Black women know the type of guy that they want. But the type of guy that you're looking for, are you what they want? So you, Big Shirley, you out here and saying that I'm going to go and get myself a tall white man. But is that white man really looking for you, looking for Lizzo? That's what the problem Lizzo is having problem right now. She can't get no man, and the best she can do is a paid for black man that she's tricking on. Like, if all black men disappeared today, Lizzo would have to get on the treadmill and start losing some weight to go and get herself a decent white man, Asian man, Indian man, because none of them are not going for somebody that weighs more than them. Like, most of these Asian men, 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", they're not going to go for a woman that weighs more than them. They always go for a woman that weighs less than them, a petite woman. So a lot of fallacies coming out of these black women, especially these overweight, Big Shirleys, of course.
Stop it! Cut it out! I have a glandular problem.
No. You gotta laugh at the BS, man. You really gotta laugh at the BS. Even after death, Kevin Samuel is still proven to be right.
I'm a PhD. I'm a PhD.
Anyways, guys, what y'all think? What y'all think? You think this lady is spitting facts or she's telling lies? I don't know. I think she's telling lies. Because if all black men were to just suddenly disappear, who else do they have to pick? They would have to compete with the other races. They would have to get out there, exercise, get on a treadmill, start making themselves more attractive. They would have to try and wife up men early in their early years, try and get them in their early years and not wait till they're 30, 40 years old before they try and get these men, because they have to use their youth, their good look in their youth to get these men. Anyways, guys, leave your comments down below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. That's all I gotta say about this video. Bye-bye.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.